All right, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about project sheets and the projects, how I go about doing them. This is going to be an example, and it'll be a stand-in for all the other projects. On your Moodle shell, you will see projects 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on listed. Underneath there, you will find a document of that project sheet. Basically, it needs to be turned in with the project itself. Okay. The project sheet, as you're looking here, not only gives the due date and what we'll be doing, it gives the concept of really why we are doing this, and then directions on how to go about completing that. Okay, if you lose this project sheet, now you can print it off again and again because it's up to you. The directions themselves, I try to make them so they're very step by step. You have to forgive me though if there's sort of like a gap or something that's missing, and I would suggest that you read through all of this before you ever even start one of the projects. The checklist that's listed at the bottom is just so that way all this material is then turned in some format when you turn in the project. This is what you need to have done and given to me in order to receive the final grade. Okay, the final grade is out of 50 points. Now on the back of the sheet will always be questions. Okay, this is how we do participation. So part of your critique when we do critique these, I expect you to fill out the first questions. They're very personal, in fact, to how you went around the piece. I need them in complete sentences, right? Yes or no question or answers will not do, and that's not really helpful in participation. This is I will be reading these and formulating your grade with it. It shows me what you did. How did you go about your process? Did you plan? If so, how? I mean, that's what all this is about. So when I see that and I see the effort that you put into this, it will truly help your grade. All right. At the end, this last one, this assessment, this is of somebody else's work. And so for you guys that are online, some of this may pertain. What I'm trying to do is for online students, I'll be posting some of the visuals of students' work, so that way you can respond to them and then give me this sheet. So what will probably happen is that everybody will turn in their work on the critique day, then I will send out images of those works, and then you can turn this critique sheet in a little bit later. So don't worry about if you don't feel like you understand this sheet completely. But the first questions, these first 5, you can answer because they are about your work itself. Okay, so that's the breakdown of a project sheet. Now, usually with a project sheet will also be a worksheet. You'll notice on the checklist it asks for a worksheet. So here's the worksheet for that project 1, and they'll differ from each. And I need this completed, right? This to me is very sort of like serious step by step in order to get my point across on this project and the concepts that are being given. Okay, so for this particular one, like it says, in this you would be drawing roughly here. I don't need something exact value rendering. This is like kind of drawing in your sketchbook, and you go through all of these questions, doing as they ask, filling in what you can, as much as you can, so that way you can make a better product for your final product. So I expect this to be done before you turn in the critique for the final critique. This will usually be done on day 1, right? This allows you to get all your information, all your resources together. Once you have your resources together, you can start planning, you can start sketching more. From those sketches, you can then start mocking things up and building out your final piece, okay? So this will be done and completed and turned in with the final completed piece, all right? They'll be different for each, so look for these in their proper module form folders.